What's up, everyone?
What's going on, everyone?
Just a little before premiere chat.
Are they live right now?
Yeah. Yep.
When did they go live?
Right now,
Oh, just now?
What up?
well, we were supposed to start it at 6, but it took a
Technical
while. The
difficulties.
export kept failing. It took us like 10 tries.
Sam,
What's up?
when Wolf was in there doing that Estes method, dude, something went inside of Wolf through his mouth.
Yeah,
Like
we saw it. We went back
Really?
and watched it 30 times
that was
to try to eliminate anything. I still don't get what it was, but it was pretty crazy.
I haven't
During
watched it yet. I've been trying to. I've got 2 clips that doesn't want to populate. We're trying to figure it out.
We have
Yeah.
several.
oh,
We have
is it
several
like
that
when you
did
go
that.
to watch it, you from plugging up the camera, it just like shows up a black screen.
No, this one it says it can't play at all.
Which one was that?
But if
From
you
where?
go and look in the camera, will it play on the camera?
Well, none of my batteries were charged. So I've been charging
Oh.
battery.
Yeah, because we had that issue too, and I took the thing out of Wolf's camera and I put it in my little USB thing for the SD cards, and it seemed to work just fine.
I don't.
Yeah, I don't know. And that's weird too because
It did it at the suicide house too.
yeah,
And
but,
whenever we were in the basement of the Lonely Lost House, remember when the cat balls was going on?
Yeah.
It did it then too, but we were able to recover all of it. So I guess we got fortunate. Howard's the one that was able to recover it.
Yeah.
I was just thinking though, maybe what if that would work if I was just to stick it in there instead of dealing with plugging up the camera. I even pulled an old trick Lori showed me, and I even went in and tried to convert one of them.
Yeah, he did. He did try that trick.
It failed. It didn't work.
Well, see, it's doing the same thing. I had problems with it doing that before, right? Like it was like 8 clips, and when I tried to put it in the laptop to edit, it couldn't read none of them. But when I stuck it in the card reader and looked through my iPad, it would read through the iPad, and then when I unplugged it from the iPad and then stuck it back into the laptop, it duplicated it. So the first half wasn't seen, you couldn't view it, and then the second half you could. So I don't know what's going on.
That's what ours was doing. Like, I would have the computer plugged into the camera, and some of the videos we could watch, damn near all of them, it was just only a select few that was like not wanting to play. But
Yeah,
as soon as the thing that they all wanted to play. I don't know.
I'm saying hey to everybody in the chat.
Hello. Apparently we have a new Laura.
I guess we do.
Oh, welcome.
Yeah, it's definitely a weird place, a different kind of place.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna work on because all the other videos that I've cut, it's gonna take some some attention, and the suicide house, I don't have to really edit anything about it. All I got to do is put my intro in, put it in, and then upload it. but everything else is gonna. I got to get that up for a Tuesday premiere. So everything else is gonna have to.
Well, that's
I'll
why
start.
we decided just to work on the farm video because we were having
Yeah.
trouble with the suicide, and it was like
Well,
all
see,
the cat ball responses just wasn't there. It wasn't showing up. It was black screen.
well, I've got that. I've got all that footage. The ones that messed up was from. It's like right
Yeah.
before I ended at the plantation. There's a clip, and then there's a clip missing or that's not readable in the Lonely Lost House, or not the Lonely Lost House, but the one we did last night. The
Devil's house.
yeah, the Silo Farm.
Yeah.
See, ours from the lost house was from when the cat ball started going off in the basement, and it was weird too because it was that footage that Wolf's camera shut off.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah,
And I just couldn't help but think that there was maybe something fishy to that.
All I know is there was something right behind me, like right at my back, and it felt like it kept touching me. And at first,
Yeah.
man, I was worried it was that damn bat because that bat was hanging on the wall right there.
Y'all
Yeah.
just,
And
y'all just gotta see the. Y'all just gotta see it.
and then the thought came that it might be a fucking spider, my boy, or something.
Yeah.
But then I felt something behind me. Like you can when there's somebody right behind you.
yeah, dude. Because in the Lonely Lost House, when I was standing in that closet door, it was like something. It's almost like a little kid took their fingers and went across my back.
Yeah.
But I wasn't affected by nothing. I was scared
Dude, you were terrified.
because that shit's scary when you're blindfolded and you can't hear anything else and you can't see nothing. And that was just a whole different experience for me right there. I mean, we've done some blindfold crap before, but that was something else.
Awesome, Joshua. 2-month membership.
Oh, thank you, Joshua.
Hey, KK Bootsy.
So
Yeah, so I'll probably work on that tomorrow. The Suicide House. Drop it. Well, not drop it, but premiere it tomorrow night, and then start working on this other stuff.
Yeah. Got a whole memory card of footage from the Lonely Lost House to go over for my camera.
Yeah.
For when we had it set up at the top of the stairs when we were outside.
Yeah.
And the cat ball started going off. We did, though, go and look at that little bit of footage, and we actually captured that on camera.
yeah.
I ain't even took the other card out of the camera yet.
So
It was definitely interesting. Each one of those places we investigated, they were all different. You know?
different feel, different vibe.
Like the spirits at the Lonely Lost House on the plantation property, for the most part, are very friendly. And I think just want to be recognized. Not and remembered, but I don't really know what was going on over at the sad girl, the suicide house. But that was crazy that those cat balls were going off on each side of the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the whole the issue with the neck thing, man, that was tricky in itself.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, he was affected by that.
Yeah.
But we were at all. And right before that happened, it said hanged.
Yeah.
Didn't it?
Mm-hmm. And I remember asking something. I like was there. I felt that there was a hanging here, and it said most likely.
Yeah, he had to go out. I had to go out last night. I couldn't stay in there. And then Sam and Hound went in that they were getting up all the equipment and stuff, and they told me to stay outside.
No, you didn't.
And my handheld light, it never has any problems. But while I was out there, it was like it was trying to die out.
Yeah.
And I went and got it and turned it on, and didn't do that. The batteries are still good, so I think whatever was in that room, and I think it was messing with me because I just called it out.
Yeah.
I told it I didn't think it was a demonic entity. I thought it was just a grouchy, hateful old man. Which I'm still under that impression.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just liable to go back and do the estimate myself.
Mm-hmm.
All by myself. Don't wanna be.
All by myself.
But I just want to see. You know.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, y'all could have.
Well, Hound, if you're willing to join me,
Let's do it.
just me and you.
Holy shit! All right, you go on.
Hell no, I ain't never doing another Estes in that place. I'll come
You know,
watch
because
y'all do.
I'll be here.
All right. Okay.
I'll watch
Just
y'all.
let me know. Just let me know, puppy.
I'm down if you're down, Sam. Oh, you know I'm down. Oh Lord, what are we walking into? It's just, oh wow. All right, let's do it.
Just let me know when.
17th.
Yeah, I guess.
On the 17th, I guess.
That'll work.
Let's do it.
Because there's answers that I want now.
Yeah, yeah, me too. I want to know why it fucked with Wolf like that, and not none of us.
Yeah, because dude, I didn't feel nothing there.
See, but when we were in that front row, I kept like noticing in that
Yeah, but
front
the last
room
time we
weird
was
shit
there,
was
it
going
fucked
on
with-
in the dark.
It fucked with Caleb and it messed with Kevin too.
Yeah.
Well,
And
see,
it-
the first time the first time that I walked in that place during the daytime, I got a pressure in my head, you know, like a headache, like a light headache. But this time, I didn't feel nothing.
I think my little bit of headache, because I remember I said something, but I think that was just exhaustion, to be honest. But like the last time we were there, it made whatever was going on, made Wolf's lower back hurt, made Kevin or Caleb's head hurt, literally poked Kevin right in the side.
Yeah, I ain't never seen
It-
Kevin. I ain't
And the
never
only
seen
thing
Kevin
it
like
did
that.
was it was angry at me for some odd reason.
Yeah.
that place is weird. That place is so weird, and I want to get to the bottom of it.
Yep. Answers for sure.
Answers.
And see, that's the thing, when all your other senses are cut off, then the ones that are remaining seemed, especially in the dark, you know.
Yeah.
I'll be there in a bit. I talked to my daughter. Rob. Let them relax.
Oh, Lori said she'd be up in a minute. She's talking to her daughter.
All I know is that shit scared me, and it didn't take me long to figure out that it wasn't no damn bat. It was an moment. That's not a bat.
Yeah.
That's not spider webs. That's not something, crawling on me. That there was somebody behind me.
Yeah, and then that's when I made that call, just because it was just the
And I was
answers
trying
were
to hold
sounding
on. I was
crazy,
trying to
and
hold on, and
your reaction in there was just getting too intense.
because I couldn't
That's when
even
I
keep
just made
up
the call
with the
to get you out.
responses that was coming out of the necrophonics, and some of the things I couldn't even make out what they were saying. But that's normal business sometimes when it gets going good.
And
Yeah.
honestly, I think
And then some of the words, man, were totally different compared to what was being said to us in the basement of the Lonely Lost House. Like I said, those spirits, they're friendly. And they will follow you around and stuff. But I will say this about the basement: that light you saw off in the woods. You know where my camera was, right down there.
Yeah.
Towards
we could
that
see
door.
that light on
Yeah, there's
camera.
definitely some stuff going on with that light that was in the woods, because it would get really bright, and then it
And
would
then
dim
there would
and
be
die
another
out.
smaller light like appear right underneath it
Yeah,
and
it would.
disappear. Then that one would get bright.
And we
then
caught something
disappear,
else too. And we caught something else in the basement. And I don't want to say here right now, but I will tell you in later in private. But we did catch something else in the basement that was really weird. And I wished I wish there was a way that we could send part of that video so you could see that for yourself. But it's almost like an orb, but it's it's weird, isn't it? Right there by that wooden pole. You got the door. You come down the concrete steps. You come through the door, and they have the wooden poles.
Yeah. Yeah.
From the ground to the ceiling, it's that first wooden pole that you come to once you come inside the basement.
It kind of looked like somebody's hand was.
I don't know, man. I know we went back and watched it a couple times, because I was like, "What's that?" But did you see that? And I thought maybe it was some type of moth. But when we got to looking at it, I was like, "That ain't no moth. That's because it changes. It changes as it approaches that pole." And it's not moving fast either. It's moving really slow, and it changes when it gets to that pole, and it's it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That basement was pretty intense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like the upstairs was.
Look, when you were in there doing that Estes method, Sam, down in that basement.
Yeah.
When me and people sitting down there, them briars, it's right there at the top of the stairs. I automatically just started like vibrating, like something had went through them, was going down into the basement.
Yeah, that was weird.
And they just went from still to doing that, like something just went.
Is it possible that we stepped on them? Because they're right there at that top step. Because I think they snagged your Bridges leg when we first went to the basement.
Yeah.
And so and then you had to duck low. If you didn't, you nail your head on that thing. That canopy. We all did. I hit mine like 3 different times on it.
I did. I'm surprised I didn't take my damn head off that one time. Good Lord.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you what, boy, the action that we got in there. That was that was freaking awesome.
That place never seems to fail, and it always works out like that too. It's always go up to the room, and before we even went in there, when we first got there, we were in the kitchen, and that's where we were get kind of getting things together and talking about what we were going to do. And it's just like as soon as we hit the bottom of the stairs, man, we could hear somebody walking upstairs.
Yeah.
And hearing footsteps is common practice at the Lonely Lost House. I mean, you hear it all the time. You hear that man's voice, you hear that female's voice.
Yeah.
And they come from different places. That one time we heard it, it sounded like it was coming right out from outside that window down on the ground level.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And then the REM pod just kept going off, kept going off, kept going off. The K2 went off. And then the cat ball on the stairs, though.
That was just,
That while we were outside taking that break out on that porch. And Hound's like, look, look, look. And we could see through the window because on the other side of the window, there's a room. And then the stairs go up to the second story. And we had that cat ball up about middle ways, one above the REM pod. But did it not seem to you like that cat ball was down lower when it was going on? We was looking through that window.
it did. It seriously
Now,
did.
I'm not saying it was. I'm just saying it appeared to me that cat ball was lower because I even mentioned that.
Yeah.
I was like, man, wasn't that cat ball down here a little bit further down? When it went off?
What if something picked it?
Who knows, man? I don't know if those spirits have that type of energy. They knocked the knife over, so I don't know. I don't know what they can do, but even when last night when we were out on the porch, man, we were hearing bangs and knocks coming from in that house, and
the only thing I know is I have never been that drained like that in my entire.
I wasn't drained. I was scared, and that shit scared the shit out of me.
I mean, just from
And I'm only
from
human,
all the locations all together.
And for me to admit that I was that scared, and I was that scared, and I'm usually a pretty brave individual, but I was scared. That scared the shit out of me. It did, and
It was,
yeah. And I am curious to see if that happens to somebody else. I am curious to see that. Not that I want it to happen to somebody else, but I'm curious to see if that happens to somebody else or they have a different type of an experience. But
That's why I was down to go back by myself
and
do the Estes.
ooh.
You're a brave man.
Yeah, you brave, Sam. I
They
ain't
all
got cojones now. Oh Lord!
I mean, I would go down to the abandoned farmhouse in the woods by myself, because the spirits down there are friendly. But I don't know, man. I would be interested to see how that turned out. For damn sure, I would. And I'll sit here and watch with hat in hand. And I'll go with you just for security, man. But I'm not going to ever do another ethics method in that place. Not at the cost that I'm in there by myself. And like Hound was saying, the next time they get done, one person should remain silent and just stand in the room with the person doing it, just in case something happens. There's somebody right there. Because
I was, I was willing to go in there, set my butt down on the floor, blindfold up, put the headphones on, let the necrophonic run, and sit here and just think about what question I want to answer, what I want to ask, and then let it answer.
Yeah.
Telepathically ask it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I guess that makes me a coward, but I don't give two fucks because I'm the one that shit happened to.
Well, it's not about being brave or somebody being a coward. I just want answers.
Yeah, now it's about getting answers.
There's got to be some type of answers there, but maybe I chose the wrong spot to do that fucking ethics method because I was right there by that fucking access ladder into that fucking attic.
Well,
And
you know, when I was gonna do mine, my butt was gonna sit right in the middle of that pentagram and do it.
That's where I want to see it, right there in the middle of it.
yeah,
Oh, we did go over a look at a little bit of the footage where
Yeah.
I left my camera pointing down on the the pentagram when I had the K2, the cat ball, and the REM pod when we were up front.
Yeah.
Dude, the orb action around that thing, man. We captured an orb like it come over, went down into it, and then come back out.
Wow.
yeah.
They were using it as a portal. I believe we actually captured it. Joker.
I believe that whatever spirit's in that house, I believe that was the kind of individual that was like, "Get off my lawn," and
Mm-hmm.
wasn't, could have been a mean spirited person or something. Maybe the kind of person that kick a puppy or something. I don't know, but man, yourself. The second that we walked in that place, man, it started firing off.
Yeah. And then see, that's weird because it was like
Yo,
the cat
yo.
balls was going off and then it just went stagnant.
Yeah.
And that's how it does. It even does that at the abandoned farmhouse in the woods. It'll peak and then it'll just die off. And usually when it does that, we're like, well, I guess they went to bed, and then we know it's time to go. But it does that at the Trivet Clinic too. It'll peak, and it'll peak several times while you're there, and then it'll just die off, and there'll be nothing, and you'll be like, well, shit, we done been here for an hour now, and nothing else has happened. Then you'll think about, doing something else, and then you'll hear something, and then the K2 meter will start going off again, and then sometimes it just stops. And
or it's usually when you mention you're gonna leave.
yeah,
That's usually when it'll start.
yeah, that's usually when it'll start. Like we were at the Lonely Lost House with Kevin and Caleb, and that's when Rob and Kate was with us too. And Rob and Kate wanted to investigate the plantation house, and then we were actually going to go in the garage. And Kevin's like, "Oh man, I forgot to pick up my REM pod." So we're just like, "Well, we'll all, while they're up here investigating here, we'll all go back down there and grab your REM pod."
No, I just thought of something.
On them, and
when where was it down there? I wonder how many times or if that REM pod even went off.
Who knows? Because there was no camera watching it.
Yeah.
We don't know. But all I know is we went back there, and the activity started the second we walked in there to get that REM pod, to where we were actually investigating again. And every time we were going to leave, stuff would just start happening. Every time one of us would say, "Well, I guess we're going to wrap this up and head back up there," and stuff would just start happening. Do, and it would just fire off.
8:00 tonight, Joker Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah.
The first video will be of this awesome weekend will be coming out.
But that place is weird, and it's really hard to tell what kind of shenanigans was done in that house. We know for a fact that peoples came in and vandalized. We also know for a fact that peoples came in and spray painted a lot of demonic devil stuff. And then that issue with the floor in that one room, and I believe that's where the activity is the strongest. I believe that's where the energy is the strongest in there. And if there is indeed a portal in that spot, and I'm not saying 100% sure there is. All I know is on that video that Hound had his camera on there, you see orbs go into that spot and come right out of it. And yeah, I mean, it's crazy. I mean,
What's
so
up,
you don't
Mark,
know.
the spider guy?
You don't know what. So
yeah.
That's why I want to go back and do it.
Well, I'm not telling you your business. You're a grown man, but I, myself personally, you're probably a better man than me, because myself personally, I wouldn't go there alone. I wouldn't. I'd at least make sure there was somebody with you, just in case something happened,
Oh, they'd be somebody with me.
So.
Oh yeah. Are you gonna Sam and Dean Winchester?
I know you got Smitty with you. I know you got Smitty with you, but that's not really gonna do you no damn good against a pissed off mean ghost that's
some
just trying
holy
to
salt
do shit and
rounds.
fuck with you. And I believe that that's what it is, but I just know that I've been there 2 times now, and both times I've been there, man, there's been like negative responses and negative things being done.
Yeah.
Like Caleb, that stuff. I mean, you see how violently it was pushing those. I mean, that was crazy, and it was to the point to where
Right. Well,
Kevin called that investigation that night.
yeah.
And that's the one thing he said, man. When stuff starts, you don't want to hang around because you don't want to see if it gets worse. You don't want to see what that worse could be. And so he called it, and it was time to go. But that place is weird. That place is weird, and you're right. There's answers and that needs to be obtained, and why that's going on. Why that, and if it is just a regular spirit, then why is he so angry? And if it's just regular Joe Farmer Brown, then I can understand why he's angry. I mean, people's come in, vandalized his house, and it ain't gonna be long. You saw when it was pouring down raining while we was there. You saw yourself that it won't be long because that water was pouring in through the kitchen, and eventually that'll fall apart.
It's pouring in the front room too. That's the reason we brought the equipment back there with us.
I think that's why that went like it did, just because all that energy in the atmosphere from that storm.
Well, yeah, and that storm, it wasn't a thunderstorm, but all that
And
rain,
not
and
only that,
it was raining pretty hard.
You had that the EMF pump in there too as well.
Yeah.
And I think just the combination of the two just.
And I know the EMF sometimes will give you the heebie-jeebies, because that's what they do.
Yeah.
And it was right there, but I know for a fact what it feels like to feel that there's somebody standing in, I mean, with no room between the two of you. And that's what I felt there towards the end, right before you guys came in there and Hound grabbed my arm, and that damn near gave me a fucking heart attack because I didn't have no idea y'all were coming in. And you don't. I mean, there's no way that y'all can let us know.
Y'all will see that in the video.
Yeah.
And I was pretty much over the whole damn thing at that point, but I would have been willing to whatever, man. It's just at that point, man, that shit freaked me out. And
I mean, I would have been willing to stay there, just go into the barn and let that die down in the house.
I mean, we had the option. We could have went to the barn.
We should have stayed.
But it didn't seem like at that particular time that nobody really just wanted to hang around at that point, And but I'd be curious. I'm curious to see if something like that happened to your hound when y'all did it, and I'm almost willing to bet that it would, because of the way that it did Kevin. And I'm telling you, I've investigated, with Kevin numerous times, and I have never seen him respond like he did that night. And I mean, that man was scared, and something was messing with him, and I've never seen him like that.
It was almost like a wave of paranoia.
Yeah, even in the hospital. When we were getting all that activity in the surgical ward, man, I never saw him, like I did that night at the silo farm. And I wished he was here so he could verify what I was saying.
Right.
And matter of fact, if you watch his video and you watch our video, it's on his video. He says it, that he has this strong feeling of paranoia, and he kept hearing stuff, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, to the point to where he was bugging out. He kept hearing stuff, and just And for those who don't do the paranormal thing, that don't go out here and do this shit, then you don't have no clue. We can stand here and tell you all day long, but until you experience that type of thing, you have no clue of what that's like. None. And when you have experiences like that, and you don't know, and a lot of times your experience with spirit and stuff are positive, like the Lonely Lost House. That was positive. I was actually having fun there.
I was tickled pink.
Yeah, it was fun, and they knew
yeah.
it. They knew it, and it was just like, you know.
I'm so happy with how that turned
But
out.
this
for
the
you,
fucking
Sam, down there
silo
at the
farm,
Lonely
that house
Lost
at the silo farm, that's a
yes.
different animal, and that's how you have to treat that place, you know. Because we waltzed in there. I mean, you knew, you've been there before, you know,
Yeah.
and we told you what happened the last time that we were there with Kevin. So I mean, you kind of knew. Hey, I know you had a general sense that there could be something different about that location.
Right. That's the reason I said y'all two could go ahead and go. That's the reason I said y'all two can go ahead and go first, and I'll go last.
Yeah, and I goddamn had to win the fucking thing,
I know, man.
and
I should have just.
that shit just
up
scared the
and
shit
did
out of me,
myself.
man. And then y'all scared the shit out of me on the porch, talking about my eyes look different and shit.
Man, you
and
wasn't
then that
seeing
scared the
what
shit
we
out
was
of me.
seeing.
And then y'all left me out there, and I was like, "Don't leave me out here," wasn't I? I was like, "Don't leave me out here." Y'all left me out there anyway.
Which that video of Wolf out on the porch, you will see in the trailer to the premiere.
I mean, that shit just scared me, man. I don't get scared easy, you know, because I've been into some pretty hairy situations in my life, especially when I was a firefighter, you know, being in putting out fires and house fires, you know. But last night, that's
But just
towards the top of the fucking
Yeah,
list of
that
how
was-
scared I've ever been in my damn life.
I'm glad we made that call, brother Sam, on that one.
Well, I feel like y'all boy. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like y'all boys is disappointed. It just seems like that's how it's coming across to me that y'all were disappointed. I mean, we didn't have to leave. Y'all could have did it, but I wasn't doing it. I wasn't doing it no more.
No,
I wasn't disappointed.
You out of there and off of that property.
I mean, I want to see somebody go up in that fucking attic,
I guess I'll fucking do it.
but you can't go up there and do this method.
No,
I wouldn't risk that shit. Not because something might fuck with you,
I know, but
you know,
I'm
you
light
might
enough.
fall through and get fucked up or something. You know, you don't know what's up there either.
I'm light enough so I can go up there and sit on the ledge where the ladder is with my back to the attic, have like the K2 or something down at my feet or something like that, and just start maybe I don't know, have the necrophonic or something.
And see, I don't have no experience with that Estes method stuff, man. I don't. And I mean, we've done it. We tried the Estes. I don't think we did it right. I think we did it somewhat right the first time we ever did it.
I think the way we did it last night when you I think that was the correct.
Yeah, I think that was the correct way to do it. Yeah, and how we did it in the basement, I think may have been the correct way to do it. But I have no experience with that, and I don't have no problem. I don't have no problem putting a blindfold on and sitting in the dark, man. But
well, let me ask you this: would you try it in the barn?
I got to be honest with you, right about now, man. I don't think that I want to do the Estes method anywhere at the silo farm. Now, like I said, I'll stand there with hat in hand and record the shit out of y'all doing it as long as you want to. And I'll have you back. And if something happens, I'll be the first to rush in. But I just, man, after last night, I don't want to do that shit there no more. Y'all can do it all you want. And
let's do it, brother Sam.
That shit scared me now. But there may come a time when I may do it again, and I would do it again on a different location. And I might do it in the barn. I don't know, man. I might do it in the barn if one of you were close by, man. But I'm telling you, that shit fucks with you, man.
Is that Father Chris up there? I see.
Yeah, that's him.
Let me scroll up. Father Chris.
You know.
What's happening, Laura? Sis?
Well, I guess we have a little bit.
Yeah.
But
But I really wanted to do
I was already had made up my mind today that if I had to, I would sit there by myself. I'd set an alarm on my phone for 5 minutes and let it rock.
So you going over there?
When you want to do it, Sam?
You talking about me and you doing it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Whatever the next time you can come up.
I believe it's the 17th, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything from Kevin yet. I sent him a message, but I hadn't heard anything from him. So
All right, let's do it. I guess we're back to the silo farm now.
I mean, and not only investigating paranormal, man. I just I want to explore that place, and I want to be able to do it in the daytime.
I would like to be able to see in those little buildings that's out behind that house. That's right across.
The woods that's around the place, because you don't really know what's down in those woods either.
That's why I think when we go there this time, I think we should go there about.
And is anybody gonna bring
6 o'clock.
up the crazy noises we were hearing remember when we left the cameras running and we walked back down to the car? And we, right before it started raining, we walked, because I had left my cigarettes in the car, and we all walked down there. And we turned around and walked back to the house right before the rain. Does anybody even want to talk about what kind of goddamn crazy ass noises that shit was?
Dude.
Because I gotta be honest, man, I live out here in the fucking boondocks, and I hear all kinds of shit at night. And I can pretty much identify animals.
Man, it almost sounded like yelling. Like scream, like blood curdling screaming.
Yeah, and it didn't sound like it was too damn far away either. Like it was like somewhere in that field,
I'm wondering if something didn't happen in that field.
I mean, it's hard to say what the hell happened. And it's hard. I don't even know how old that place is. I don't know any history of the place. I don't know when anything was there, when it was an active farm. I don't know any of that shit. So
who do you want me to send the link to?
Nobody.
Oh, okay.
So,
but yeah, you'll see the little video of when we were out on the porch. You'll see that in the trailer before the premiere.
Yeah, he put that as a damn trailer. But
that just kind of adds to the excitement of the video.
But I was freaked out, man, and I don't freak out often, And when I do freak out, that should tell you that there's something going on, because I don't freak out like that very often.
I can't wait to see it.
Because I would go like an hour and a half way down here through these damn woods, out in the middle of the woods, and stay out there by myself all night. And I lived out in those woods for quite a long while years ago. And
I will say the video.
But I wasn't fucking around with no ghosts then either,
18 minutes. So it's
and that's not. We didn't put in any of the static cam.
No static cam. The static cam is good enough. We're gonna do a whole separate video, just the static cam footage.
And I just absolutely felt wore out, like all day.
Oh,
and
I don't even want to no rest.
I slept pretty damn good when I got home, though. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So so I'll ask you. So, what did you think about this weekend's activities? Were you satisfied with the way things went for the first round?
I'm absolutely satisfied. Yeah, I'm.
Was you satisfied? Were you not entertained?
I wasn't entertained for shit.
My ass wasn't entertained. I was entertained when we first got there, because we was all gung ho when we first got there last night. But I'm telling you, that shit fucked me up, man. And if y'all had to leave before you was ready, I'm sorry, man. But that shit is
no, I see.
and
This is the way I saw it. The shit that I mean, it just kind of went stagnant. So I was already thinking, well, maybe maybe we got what we got, and that's all we're gonna get.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should have went to the barn. I think we should have,
But I just think at that point, man, it was just a safe issue.
man, because I kept feeling like after that happened, man, like whatever the fuck that was following me around. And I know it was out there on that porch. I'm telling you, I know that handheld light, that yellow handheld light. I've had that thing since the beginning, and I know how it works. I know how long it takes for those batteries. Sometimes, man, I can go on 3 or 4 investigations and never once have to change those batteries.
A couple years ago, Dirty Santa.
And it had fresh batteries in it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that light never fluctuated at all until I was out on that porch and I had it sitting up on that windowsill. The glass was broke, so I had it sitting up there. That's after y'all went inside to start getting the equipment together, and that light started dimming and fluctuating. And the one thing that I've learned here dealing with Sarah is spirits will manipulate. I thought our thunder. Spirits will manipulate light. And and I was tripping, man.
Yeah.
I'd have much rather have come back in there and been where y'all were than standing out there on that porch, man, because I felt very uncomfortable. And Sam, you know yourself that I'm not scared because I would go back up into the Lonely Lost house. Remember?
Yeah.
Y'all were down in the basement, and I went into the house to check the other camera.
Yeah.
It was on the inside on the other side of the house, and I went in there by myself. And
dude, I told you last night. I was like, dude, I ain't never seen your face like that before in my life.
Yeah, that shit. I don't get scared like that. And the only other time that I can actually think that I was even close to being that scared is when I saw what I saw in that cemetery that night, and I hauled ass and got in my car and went to the damn house because I was done at that point. I was done. And
I mean, hell, you was shaking so hard at that point.
let me tell you, I made it this far in life by not pushing my fucking luck. And last night I was scared. Yeah. And we talked about that shit too the whole way home. In between driving like this because it was raining so damn hard I couldn't see going down the interstate.
We caught up with all that rain
for like 2 minutes. It would just absolutely pour down, and you would drive through it for like 2 fucking minutes, and then it would just stop. You'd be out of it.
We got caught in it today.
Ooh.
Yeah, we did too.
It's been raining on and off here.
We went to the grocery store and I got out and I had my flops on and shit, and hell, I didn't even see that fucking puddle, and I stepped right in that shit. It was like ankle deep. I was like, oh fuck.
Wet foot.
Both feet. Their drainage sucks up there.
Wet foots.
Yeah, it was raining so hard we had the windshield wipers on as hard as they can go and still couldn't hardly see.
So let me say this while everybody's listening. If you haven't yet, go to Tennessee Paranormal Sam's channel and subscribe to him. He's got great content. He's kind of like us, man. He likes to put them storms up on that channel because storms are freaking awesome.
Yeah.
And so go show him some love and grace him with some subs and some thumbs up and some likes and some watching of those videos. Because Sam's a great creator, man. He's an awesome investigator, and
some leavings.
And I had just as much fun this weekend with Sam just as much fun as if I would have been with Kevin and Caleb. I felt comfortable with Sam. He knew what he was doing.
I had a blast.
I wasn't going in somewhere with somebody who was a virgin to the paranormal and shit. I mean, he knew what he was doing, and so y'all should go check him out. He's a great creator and a YouTuber and paranormal investigator.
I just hate we couldn't get into the mill.
Hey, yeah, I forgot to do something with those dowsing rods when I gave them to you. I wanted to sign them for the Littlest Ghost Hunters.
All right, we'll bring them back with us then when we come back up,
when
you come here or whatever you want to do. You're more welcome to come here. We got some places here we can go to.
Yeah, ain't that what the kind of the
I
plan was
think it
this
is,
week?
yeah. And if you want to crash, man, we got a place you can sleep if you don't mind sleeping in a haunted house. With occasional shit that goes on in here. But
Or you and me, bro. Fuck that.
you come too, lost for words.
No.
Well, we ain't doing no ghost hunting.
I ain't sleeping
Not here. Not yet, anyway. I mean, eventually, when everything's settled here and stuff and everything's gone, there ain't nothing else here or whatever, then we're going to have Kevin and Caleb come in because I've already talked to them. And they're going to come in and investigate the house. And we're going to sit off the sidelines and just let them boys do whatever they want to do and see what happens. I'm just curious. I myself, I don't have the heart to investigate this place, and I think you all know why. And I don't think it would be appropriate for me to do it, but I think if another investigator was to come in here and do it, I think that would be awesome.
Big fingers.
Yep.
Big fingers.
Big fingers.
Oh, where the hell's KK Boots? Yeah, I seen her up here a while ago. I saw what you did. I saw what you did with that picture with me with that crazy hat.
Did you see mine? Did you see what
No.
she did? It's up there.
I hadn't, but I'll go in there and does anybody know who this is?
No.
I'm looking right now.
We're checking.
Okay, who are you?
They're checking.
Music.
So am I.
Music.
Music content.
Oh yeah, I like music. What kind of music?
I don't know.
Yep, legit channel.
Oh, well, welcome. I can't pronounce the name, but welcome anyway.
So we're gonna check out the hospital this weekend?
We're gonna try. We got to call up the community. I mean, we ain't never had to do that shit before, and we done been there several times. But
We are this time just because.
yeah,
I don't
but
feel like running
unfortunately
around
for Crazy Lady, we actually know of a way in, and we can park in a different spot, so she would never even know we were there.
Right.
She kind of knew we were there last time, but
she would hear our stuff.
yeah, she was talking about I run over her dog and shit. I was like, I ain't run over your fucking dog, bitch. Cussing me out. And I said, you don't remember who we are? We're the ones who brought you all that stuff around Christmas time and all that money and stuff. And she said, well, you didn't bring me nothing now. And I said, you ain't going to get nothing next time either now.
Right.
Run over your damn dog. Well, the police told us the whole story. They knew all about the dog getting run over. And they told us the true story that she was so drunk that she passed out right there behind the hospital next to the street on the ground and left her dog running around. And she said that people go behind the hospital so they don't have to drive all the way down the street and then hang that right to go down that road. They can just drive around the hospital and it pops them out on that other road.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people cut through there and, she was drunk. And even the cops said it was her own fault her dog got run over. It was her fault. There wasn't nobody else out there. And she was out there drunk. They had to wake her up because she was drunk laying out there. That's what the cops said, wasn't it?
And they said they were just out there for her the night before we
because
showed up.
Yeah, she was trying to roadblock that off so people couldn't drive behind the hospital into the other road. Yeah, and she was drunk, raising hell.
That's crazy.
Yeah, threatened to shoot us. Oh, it's a picnic, brother. It's a family gathering.
Can't wait for you to see.
I mean, if you want to go to the hospital,
let's do it, brother Sam.
We can do that shit. I mean, and we can't do it on Friday because, of course, I have to work. And but Saturdays and Sundays are open for schedulings.
All right.
So, that's what you want to do, man. We can make it happen. Happen. So if that's what you want to do, then we'll do that. And on the way back, because we'll drive one vehicle, so we'll probably drive my car or whatever. You can just leave your car here at my house. Is be safe here. Ain't nobody gonna trust me. Don't nobody fuck around over here. And then if you want to, on the way back, we'll stop by that little cemetery,
Shinville,
and you can put your cemetery expertise to use there. Yep.
All right.
I want you to see the little graveyard too, because that's just another place that. It's like you said. Listen, hold on. It was like you said concerning the Lonely Lost House. You can watch those videos all damn day long, But until you're there and you're experiencing that and you're in there for real,
I sure will.
you know, it's a different thing. And so's that. Oh, you like my
think
shirt?
I think that was old juice box.
No, it's,
No, I do like your shirt.
and I got it from a Beeve up at the cigarette store, man. And shit, I got it 2 summers ago.
Yeah.
And I cut the sleeves out of it. Shit, I don't like wear it often, but it's.
You come here, Sam. The way we'll go to the hospital, we'll actually go right by that cemetery, so you'll be able to see it, and we'll drive like slow.
I mean, we
so
can
you
get there, and we can
It's
get there too
creepy
in the daytime. So we have time enough during the daytime.
3-minute warning. 3-minute warning.
All right. Well, I guess we're gonna go watch this premiere on the Wolf and Hound channel. So everybody, please come over there and watch it, and you'll definitely watch me piss my pants.
She's gonna drop the link to that video here. So
okay. And
make sure you go hit that link.
Yeah, but you have to admit that place is weird. Even Kevin and Caleb will tell you that fucking place is weird. And you don't have that weird feeling in the barn too. You're just like, damn, this barn's cool as shit. You know, and you want to explore everything in that barn. But that house, man, that house is different. And it's just something different. And I think it's because of maybe some of the activities that's been done there. And I think that's why that is different. And because, you know, people start fucking around with shit that they have no idea what they're doing, you know, and then things like that happen, you know, and then you open a portal and you don't know what's coming through there, you know, you don't. It can come and go as it pleases, you know. So, all right.
Yeah, I guess we will see all of you at the premiere.
Well, we
4 minutes.
How do you say that one thing? Anyway, you see the very last comment in the chat who I'm addressing, right above the one that Sam just put in. Well, we are a father and son paranormal investigation team, and that's what our channel is about. I mean, we have different stuff on our channel, but mostly it is paranormal. We are investigators. But a lot of our videos we like to put cool ass music to. So I mean, you know, you got a music channel, so you might like it, but I don't. Anyway, that's what we do. I hope that explains it. And Sam, he does the same thing. So
yeah, we're all investigators.
Yeah.
Around here.
We've investigated with Sam once before at Brushy Mountain Prison. Unfortunately, it was cold as hell then, wasn't it?
And it started snowing.
And then they kept making us go stand around outside with all our equipment and cameras and shit, and it's snowing like hell.
I know.
I was like, what sense does that make? But it was fun, though. I didn't get the boot connected to it, but maybe next time.
I'm there.
Well, we will see you all over at the premiere. Make sure you smash that like button on the way in.
Well,
and also share it out.
I'm there.
Who's John W?
Yeah, who
I'm not in there, so I can't see it.
So if what you say about him's true and you're his close friend, does that kind of make you guilty by association there, Mr. John?
He's got trolls in there now.
I'm just asking a question. So anyway, we don't have no drama here, so both of y'all are gone. Well, one of my mods, please erase both these individuals.
I'm already done.
We don't have no drama here, so you can take that somewhere else. So, yeah.
All right. We're gone.
All right. And we will all see you over at the premiere. So, thanks for joining.
Yeah.
All right. Goodbye, everybody.
Peace out.
Mark's.
Yeah, we